Seoul is one of the busiest cities in the world. At the heart of this city of 10 million, there is a small wall. This structure, which looks more like a statue than a wall, represents Donuimun, one of Seoul's old 4 main gates. It has yet to be restored. Seoul has been reborn as a global economic power. That achievement was founded on 600 years of urban history. Many cultural artifacts have disappeared over that period, like the Donuimun, but the artifacts still remain etched in the hearts of Seoulites. Seoul is a historical city that harmonizes the past and present to create a better future. Take a closer look at this magnificent transformation. Seoul is located in the heart of the Korean peninsula, slightly to the west. It connects to the Han River, the vein of Korea, and is home to many mountain ranges. It has long been the hub of Korea. Seoul is surrounded by 4 outer mountains, Yongmasan, Gwanaksan, Deoksan, and Bukhansan, as well as 4 inner mountains, Namsan, Inwangsan, Bugaksan, and Naksan. These mountains act as protective barriers for the city. Seoul in the Joseon dynasty was bordered by the castle walls that connected the 4 inner mountains. King Taejo began building gates to connect the walls. These gates became known as Sukjeongmun in the north, Donuimun in the west, Sunglemun in the south, and Hungin-jimun in the east. The gates contained the king's wish and Joseon's political spirit of Inyeji, that the people would become virtuous, just, pious, and wise. However, the north gate Sukjeongmun does not contain Inyeji. Instead of Ji, it contains Cheong. An interesting fact is that Sukjeongmun was often shut and locked because it was originally located behind Gyeongbok or Gyeongbok Palace, where the king lived. However, geographical diviners said that the gate was full of water energy and the gate was opened whenever there was a long drought. Beginning in the 1970s, Seoul momentarily muted its painful history and began rapid development. The capital became the driving force and the hub of the miracle of the Han River, a description of Korea's seemingly miraculous economic development. Seoul currently covers only 0.6% of Korean soil, but it is responsible for producing 21% of the country's GDP and is undoubtedly the center of all businesses. Seoul has become one of Korea's most recognizable brands. In the 21st century, Seoul is planning another transformation, going from an economic city to a city breathing with history and culture. In 2009, the city of Seoul made long-term plans to restore Donuimun and Seoul's castle walls. Donuimun is expected to be restored in its old form, in its old place. This restoration is deeply meaningful in that it represents the recovery of not only a cultural artifact destroyed by foreign powers, but the recuperation of natural pride. It is also important that Donuimun is restored exactly in its original form to demonstrate that the Joseon philosophy of Inyeji is still very much alive. After restoring Donuimun, the city of Seoul plans to create a Donuimun Historical Culture Park. This park would be connected with the nearby Gyeonghui or Gyeonghui Palace, the Seoul Museum of History, and the Gyeongyojang building to form a historical center in the heart of Seoul. Seoul is a global economic city of 10 million people. It is the heart of Korea and a symbol of economic development. It is also the capital of Korea, having endured 600 years of harsh and dynamic history. Now Seoul will nurse the wounds of history and restore the castle walls and gates that have guarded it for so long, opening the door to a new era of change and history. Seoul is ready to be reborn as a new global historical city. It is ready to begin another exciting 600 years.